What's going on, everyone? I want to show you guys how today I made just a little over $500 trading futures for Apex on my prop firm account. So kind of going over the stats there that you can see on the trade. Now, I did trade a multiple between minis and micros. Micros later on in the day once I had a little bit of a cushion. 8 total trades. Again, 72 contracts. That's, round trip back and forth. It really wasn't that many. And I didn't start trading more contracts until I was on the micro side of things. Average trade time 3 minutes, longest trade time was 11 minutes, 75% profitable trading. Again, two of those trades, one of those trades truthfully was a trade that I put on for YouTube to kind of go over an example of what to do when you're in drawdown and how to manage that trade. Again, it was traded on the micro side of things, so very, very small risk. $960 total profit. Losing trades was $282. So largest winning trade was $350. Largest losing trade was $160. Average winning trade $160. Average losing trade $140. So risk to reward's not too bad there, almost about a 1-to-1. But you can see here on my minis side of things, the average trade time was only 46 seconds. Okay, so the longest winning time was 1 minute and 39 seconds. When I'm looking to get into these trades, I'm playing the 2-minute time frame on this scalping strategy, and I'm looking for them to go extremely quickly. If it doesn't start to work for me extremely quickly, I want to get out of the trade. Or I want it to hit my stop loss so I can get out of the trade. So let's kind of just, recap what we're looking for. A 2-minute time frame, 20 period moving average, initial balance, which is the first hour highs and lows. First trade of the day, right off the open. I don't really like taking trades right off the open. Again, I'm human. I had something to do this morning. I had to take a relative to a doctor's appointment, so I wasn't really going to be around for the early half of the morning session. I came back later and did a little live stream. You guys can watch that on my channel. But, I took a couple of trades there. One was a winner, one was a loser. 6:30 in the morning here, we get a close over the 20 SMA. You can see we're kind of building a little bit of a base here. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches. The high price here, looking for entry over confirmation of 20,208. Within a matter of 4 minutes, goes to a price of 20,218. So this is a 1-to-1 here. Traded this with a couple of mini contracts. So again, be very, very careful. I don't really recommend people who are already in drawdown on a particular account or just starting off to go on the mini side. I would definitely trade 3 to 5 micros. Again, I have multiple funded accounts here, so I can kind of spread my risk out a little bit. Depending on how the first trade or two goes is going to be dependent on if I'm going to stop trading that account and or continue to trade it now that I have a little bit of a buffer. Second trade was set up here at 6:38 Pacific Standard Time. Low price, 20,185. Next candle goes to 182. Following candle goes to 180. Got filled there. Again, disclaimer, I have a hard take profit, guys. So when I enter into this trade, as soon as it hits 5 points, it's going to automatically sell me out. Okay, I'm not really going to mess around with taking multiple trades in allowing a manual entry or a manual execution of hoping that I can time 5 points. Right, I got to get in, I've got to get out. Next trade that we look to take was going to be the long setup. So this long setup came here at 7:04. Same scenario. The high price was 20,198. In a matter of 4 minutes, we run up to a price of 20,212. So another 5 points there. So locked in 15 points there very, very quickly. And then I took another long position on stream. You guys can go back and watch it, but it was a little bit later. Right, a little bit later, and I believe it was somewhere here. Where was it at? It was kind of close to, I think it was right here, or it could have been here. You guys can go to the live stream and see, but it was one of these 20 SMA plays to the long side, ended up hitting for a 1-to-1. Could have been this entry, could have been this one, not too quite sure. And then I got stopped out on, I believe it was, no, I get stopped out on the short. I forgot if I got stopped out on the short or the long. But regardless, anyways, one of those trades won, one of those trades lost. So it is what it is. But again, how I'm going to approach, trading this particular strategy, because I know the question is already out there. What's my stop loss? My stop loss is a full bar. So whatever my reason why candle is, I'm going to take that range. That's going to be my stop loss. I know the next question. If you lose one trade, it's going to take you 2 or 3 trades, maybe even more, depending on the number of contracts you're playing, to get it back. I understand that. Here's how I go around that. I'm looking to take 1 to 2 trades early, okay? Depending on what those trades do, whether they're winners or losers, is going to depend on whether I trade that account anymore. So if the first trade I take is a loser, I'll take 1 more trade to see if I kind of break even or I can make some money back on it. If I do win that second trade, I'll take a 3rd trade. And depending on how that goes is going to determine whether I'm allowed to trade again. If it's another loser, I'm done. If it's a winner, great. Now I should be either back profitable or scratch. I'll continue to take trades in that manner. Each trade that I do take after that, I start to size down. So for example, the trade that I took on stream, I was up like $750 or something like that, $800, something close to that. I traded 5 micros. So there's no way in hell that, you know, given I had 11-point stop loss, 15-point stop loss, something in between there. There's no way in hell that I'm going to lose a full $800, a full $700, right? The most I'm going to lose is, you know, $150, $160. Great. Apples to oranges. We move along with the trade. Now, if I'm sitting in front of the screen, that means I'm actively trading, right? The same thing goes for you guys. If you're actively sitting in front of the screens, you do yourself no justice if your setup is going to present itself and you're not going to take the trade. So I want to make that very, very clear. The only way that this scalping strategy is going to work is if you hit a trade early in the day and you build up a cushion and then you cut your size in half or even down smaller than that to prevent giving back those profits. And then you continue to take trades based on the setup, as long as it's presenting itself and as long as you're winning trades. A strategy like this, where you're even in a choppy market, guys, a lot of people this morning on social media were saying, oh, this market's so choppy. But myself and the team at Evolution Traders, we were taking 4 points, 5 points out of the market at will, right? Again, am I saying it happens every day? No, of course. Do I take the first trade and it's a loser, you know, $400, $500, $600? Of course, it happens, right? What am I going to do? Sit and cry about it? No. Because I know that over a block of 50 trades, over a block of 100 trades, it comes out profitable, okay? The average, like the last test that I had done, like the real hard data that I had done, I logged, I think it was 60 trades, and I think the win rate was somewhere around 66 to 67%. So there's some margin there where we can play with and kind of add P&L to our bottom line. Now, you personally, I'm talking to you who's listening and watching this video, you are not going to know that if you come into the markets, you know, on Thursday when we reopen and you take 1 trade and you manage to take a loser, you're going to say, oh man, there's no way that I can trade this strategy, you know, without losing a bunch of money. It's not profitable. You need to take a lot of trades. This is a scalping strategy. So we're looking to lose. Put it this way, out of 100 trades, you're probably going to lose 40 of those trades. Okay. You know, maybe 35, maybe 42, where you're going to lose, and you're going to lose a lot. So you better get comfortable losing, and you better have an account size that can withstand losing. Now on Apex, they give you a $2,500 drawdown, so I've got a little bit more room to work with and let this thing wiggle a little bit. With Top Step, I have a $1,000 drawdown on $50,000 accounts per day, so my size is a little bit less. So let's say on Apex, if I'm trading 2 minis, looking for this same situation, which is going to be around $200 winner. On Top Step, it might be 1 contract, okay? Sometimes even 5 micros, just to avoid, you know, kind of running up that drawdown into that $1,000 mark. Again, once you win 1 trade, like this is what I would like to advocate. If you come into the market and you take this first trade literally on the first candle of the day and you make $200 or you make $100, you know, try the next one, but size down in half. Let's say you played 1 mini contract, you won $100 here. I would cut the size down, let's call it 3 to 4 micro contracts. Take another 5 points there, add another $30 to $40 onto your P&L, call it a day, right? What's wrong with coming into the market and trading for 20, 30 minutes? What's wrong with coming into the market and trading for an hour and then calling it a day? Why on earth does everyone want to sit here all day long and take trades? Again, I have to put disclaimers because people always ask the questions. Well, why do you sit here almost until market close? Guys, I do this for a living. Not only do I trade for a living, options being my number 1 thing that I focus on, prop firms and futures being number 2, I also have a YouTube channel that I make content on, educational content, trading content. So I need to be on here taking trades. I need to be on here talking about what I know, my knowledge, and passing that along. Whether you take what I say as bullshit and you don't like the way that I trade, great. Learn something from me and do something opposite. Whether you like the way that I trade and you like some of the things and the tips that I kind of give based on the knowledge, great. Use these in your trade plan, right? You don't have to follow me exactly. Don't try to trade the same size as me. Don't try to trade, 8 trades in a day. Start off with 1 or 2 trades a day. Does it work? Does it not? Are you profitable? How did you finish at the end of the week? Analyze, deep dive into the numbers after that. But just wanted to touch base on here because, again, I know there's a lot of people wondering what happens when you lose a trade. Well, when you lose a trade, you have to analyze what your risk is and how much did you lose on a day, and can that account afford to take another trade after that? If it cannot, you got to stop and you got to come back tomorrow and do it all over again, right? That's all it is. It's just a numbers game. We have to run the numbers. And, in order to run the numbers, we need to take the trades. In order to take the trades, we need to have days pass by. It's very simple. We're not looking to use the full drawdown either. So before people start to wonder, do you let it go all the way down until you lose an account? No, no, I don't. But, if I'm risking, 15 points, I mean, geez, I'm going to be down pretty significantly on one mini contract, right? So one mini contract down 10 points is going to be close to $200. So I might lose between $200 and $300. It's at that point I need to look at my balance. Can my account afford to take another trade? If it can, great, let's go for it. Let's say we break even, or 2 trades we break even, great. Maybe we get into the green. Again, do this on the micro side of things. 3 to 5 micros. Get a body of work. Start with 20 trades. Run it. Let's see how you do, right? Let's see how you do. Also, I was a little bit more long biased once we broke back into the initial balance here. You can see we swept that, put in a low, and then we pushed back into the initial balance, giving us these long setups here. At this period of time, I'm not really going to look for the shorts until, we kind of break down and lose initial balance again. But I did take a short. I think I was on stream. I took a short there. I don't know if it worked out or not. You'd have to go back and watch it. Regardless, I lost 2 trades. I managed to win 8. Again, those numbers, are not an everyday thing, right? I don't want to sit here and advocate that you can do this each and every single day and you're always going to make $500 or $600. You're not. You're going to lose sometimes $400, $600. So keep that in mind as well, guys. Let's be realistic here. No strategy works 100% of the time. It's up to you ultimately as a trader to manage your trade and to manage your risk. I just want to show you guys what I'm doing. Maybe there's some things you can pick up. Also, guys, let's get this video to 1,000 views and let's get this video to 100 likes. I would highly appreciate that. Comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do, but let's get this video out there to more traders. Let's get more people on board to start watching these videos and see if you guys can take a little bit of information from me that could maybe potentially help you, right? I'm not sitting here saying that I have the holy grail. I don't. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've got a little bit of experience in the market. All I can do is share my experiences with you and how I manage things. Again, everyone is different. I get it. So, take it with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, God bless everybody. Make sure you guys stay safe out there in the markets. Again, tomorrow's a holiday. Markets will be open half day for the futures, but I'm not going to be doing nothing more than just some educational content in my Discord at Evolution Traders. I'm not really going to trade the markets. I don't really have an interest to trade the markets on holiday half days like that. So if you're out there and you're desperately needing to trade, be careful, please. Be careful. I don't need anybody blowing themselves up on a holiday half day. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next video.